And we say good morning to you. We're broadcasting live on this Monday to kick off a brand new week. We're live here at the Tom Taylor Sports Show on the road in the lobby of the Bruton Smith Building at Bristol Motor Speedway, getting ready to talk a lot of racing today. A lot of sports, but a lot of racing for sure. We got lots of guests lined up and ready to go. Countdown is on, by the way. We're down to 76 days till we drop the green flag for the Food City 500. Also, we're down to 20 days now, inside of 3 weeks for the Daytona 500. 20 days till we get it all started with the Great American Race at Daytona. Of course, Kurt Busch, the defending champ of that race from a year ago. We are live here again in the lobby of the Bruton Smith Building at Bristol Motor Speedway. Tickets are on sale, season tickets, and of course the tickets for the weekend of racing coming up in April here at Bristol Motor Speedway. I'll tell you all about that. Our guests today are going to be including Betsy Holloman from Speedway Children's Charities. Speedway Children's Charities, there you go. Speedway Children's Charities, Betsy Holloman. Also, Landon Owen, Director of Ticket Sales here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Mike Hedrick, the NASCAR fans reporter, his twice-a-week visit on Mondays and Fridays. He'll join us live from Northern Virginia on the phone. And Kimberlyn King with the marketing department here at BMS. All these folks will join us talking Bristol Motor Speedway as we're here today live at BMS. Tomorrow, we're going to be at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance. Wednesday we'll be at Chick-fil-A. Thursday at Champion Chevrolet. And on Friday we'll be on the road at Food City. And this Friday we'll be at Food City in Elizabeth in Alessa's store. Looking forward to hanging out over there. We always start our show by dedicating it to the man who hung on the cross. Today no different, of course. It starts with the verse of the day out of the book of Isaiah. Isaiah 41:10 says, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." So says the King of Kings and Lord of Lords and the God Almighty. Again, do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you, and I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. And again, that is the verse of the day out of the book of Isaiah, Isaiah 41:10. Birthdays today, a couple of birthdays to tell you about. Let's see if we can pull this up for you and let you know who's having birthdays again on this Monday, January the 29th, final Monday of the month. February rolls in here at the end of the week. Of course, Groundhog Day coming up on Friday. Will he see his shadow? I know we got some wintry weather being forecast tonight here in the mountains in our area tonight. And Friday night, I think Thursday night into Friday as well. But again, other than that, it looks like it's going to be some moderating temperatures. It's going to stay up in the 40s and 50s, which for me, I like. So anyway, final Monday of the month here on this Monday. We're live at Bristol Motor Speedway. The birthdays today on this Monday, January the 29th. Catherine Ross, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, and happens to be Mrs. Sam Elliott having a birthday. Catherine Ross is 78 years old today. Also, Tom Selleck having a birthday. Magnum PI 73. There's ladies love that guy. Tom Selleck 73 today. And then also Mary Ellen Walton, Judy Norton Taylor having a birthday. Mary Ellen Walton with 60 candles on her birthday cake for this Monday, January the 29th. Again, lots to talk about. Speedway Children's Charities. Betsy's going to be here in just a few minutes. We're also going to be joined by Landon Owen, the Director of Ticket Sales, at the bottom of the hour. Top of the hour, Mike Hedrick joins us again with a NASCAR update. Again, the NASCAR fans reporter, and see what's going on across NASCAR. Although we're here at Bristol today, it's primarily a Bristol show, but we do have other NASCAR news besides what's going on here at Bristol Motor Speedway. And then, of course, as we said, Kimberlyn King's going to join us a little bit later in the show as well, out of the marketing department. So Catherine Ross, 78. Tom Selleck, 73 today. And Mary Ellen Walton, Judy Norton Taylor from the Walton clan, she has 60 candles on her birthday cake today. You know you're getting old when Mary Ellen turns 60. Goodness gracious. We'll take a quick break. We'll take a look coming up. We've got some golf to tell you about. We've got some tennis. Roger Federer making history over the weekend. We've got some college football news, some NASCAR news, who won the Rolex 24. We'll tell you all about that. And, of course, our segment on basketball, NBA, college, and high school hoops. Busy time of the year. Buccaneers on the road tonight. We'll tell you all about that. So, quick break. We'll come right back, and Betsy Holloman joins us in just a few minutes as we're live here at Bristol Motor Speedway on show number 676 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here are the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance. We follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
We're back live with the Tom Blue Sports Show. Betsy Holland with Speedway Children's Charities. No, that's not me. Let me get her on the screen because there's a marked difference between Betsy Holman and I can promise you that. There she is. The Queen's in the house. Good morning, young lady. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
Just fine. I appreciate you stopping by here, Speedway and Lights and Speedway Children's Charities and everything going on. Of course, let's start. You just wrapped up a very successful Speedway and Lights.
Very successful. We are so surprised every single year. Well, we're not really surprised. That's not a good way to put it. We're thankful every single year that people continue to come back and know exactly what the money goes to. So great season. We're glad it came and it's gone now.
Yeah, gone. And signage is down. The skating rink's gone. And we're getting ready to go racing here in, 76 days to the Food City 500. So. I know we talked about this going into the event. Any way of tracking how many different states came in here this year to Speedway and Lights?
We try every single year. We know that we're getting people from most all of the 50 states, and we have most of our crowd coming from the, Tri-Cities region, though. Sure. It's about 75% or so.
It did something a little different this year, too. in hindsight, talking about this, and I guess you'll do it again next year, where they had a chance to go straight into the Christmas Village.
We did. That was kind of a test this year to see if people enjoyed it, wanted to do it, and they did. We'll probably revamp the dates next year so that people can enjoy it before Christmas. So. Yep. Really good test this year.
We're talking to Betsy Holloman, Speedway Children's Charities. We're live here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Coming up in just a few minutes, you got Darius Hensley going to join us, talking about the Billy Graham and the Will Graham celebration. Of course, was it last Monday? Wow, time flies. Last Monday, we did our show live from the Cove at the Billy Graham Training Center. Got a chance to meet Will Graham, and for me, over the top, got a chance to go inside Dr. Graham's office and have a picture taken in Billy Graham's office. And it's like,
oh, wow.
Yeah, shoot me. I can go to heaven now.
Wow.
I'm done. I mean, that's pretty incredible stuff. So anyway, he's going to be out here to talk about another week of the lessons that they're providing and the seminars tonight at several churches around the areas. We'll do that coming up. Also, Landon Owen at the bottom of the hour talking to us about tickets. There's some great ticket offers here at Bristol Motor Speedway. As we said on the calendar, we're 76 days out from the Food City 500. We've got something cool this year, brand spanking new. We're going to try and work it out so we have our show up here to do this. And this is a chance for folks to rappel. They can't see out the window here, but they come off the side of Bristol Motor Speedway to benefit Speedway Children's Charities. Tell me about it.
Yeah, well, we're always looking for opportunities to raise funds. We're actually partnering with the YWCA this year to bring the Tri-Cities region over the edge. And so what we're going to do is allow people to rappel off of the Bristol Tower, which is 10 stories high. Basically, to reserve your spot, you have to raise $1,500 or just write a check if that's better for you. So once you raise your money, you're reserved a spot, and on April the 7th, we're going to let people rappel off that tower. Pretty cool.
That is really cool. And so $1,500, all that goes to either Speedway Children's Charities or the YWCA.
Yes, right? Yes. We're partnering together, and what they want to do is expand their offering for families who need quality child care so that people can get back up on their feet and get jobs and be able to use their sliding scale. So really great agency.
Yeah. April the 7th falls on a
Saturday.
April the 7th, which is a week before all the racing activities.
Yes.
So folks will be in town anyway, right?
Busy
the
month.
Campers and all that. It's going to be a busy month. So April the 7th on that Saturday, and we will hope to be up here and help out in whatever way they want us to be a part of this. This is really neat. $1,500 per person to get you into it. Is there a limited number of folks can do this?
Yes, so we have 84 slots. We also have some slots that we're going to be able to use on April the 6th, some local and regional and national celebrities, hopefully that we're committing at this time. And then we have some Toss Your Boss spots. So companies in the area can raise $5,000 collectively to toss their boss over the edge. So.
Toss your boss.
Yes.
That's interesting. I'm sure that will, that is a cute little spin. I like that.
Your listeners could send you over.
Nah. No. Thanks, Betsy. No. Are you scared of heights?
No.
You're not?
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I'm not sure that
Let's
I'm
do
not. I just don't think I've ever been up 10 stories and jump off the side of the building. I've never done that.
Well, yeah, so I mean, that's a different feeling,
different
probably.
Horse, but just generally speaking, you're not scared of heights?
No, I've jumped out of a plane and would love to do it again.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
You like roller coasters?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite roller coaster?
Oh, gosh, I haven't ridden them in 4 years. I feel like I've been pregnant for 4 years, but once I get all these babies, I'll go back.
Well, I stepped into that, but okay. So she rides roller coasters when she's not pregnant, so there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's been a while. We're talking, by the way, how's JT doing?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Brag about your husband. He's awesome.
Oh, he is. He's the best man in the world. He made a 4.0 his first semester of seminary, so we're very proud of him, and he's getting ready to start back February the 4th, 5th, something like that.
Still being a dad.
Still
obviously.
being a great dad, great husband. I don't know
Working
how
for
he
the
got
police
stuck
department.
with me. Yep, school resource officer in Johnson City.
So he's doing all this and still carried a 4.0 in seminary.
Absolutely.
It's incredible.
I mean, where was that student back at Appalachian when I met him?
Wasn't quite that diligent, right?
No.
Well, he's probably courting you. He didn't have to. He didn't care if he was studying or not.
I guess
there
so.
you go.
I guess so.
He didn't care because he had found his Betsy. Good stuff. You guys have a dinner coming up in April. Tell me about that.
We do. So we usually have an April dinner. It's yearly Speedway Children's Charities dinner, and it's really a Legends dinner. So we'll bring in famous NASCAR celebrities, and they really just kind of handle the evening for us. So we really don't have to do much except get people in the door and feed them. So we'll have Ray Evernham, Larry McReynolds, and Jeff Hammond that evening. So that's going to be really cool. We've got tables for sale as well as individual seats, so just contact me if you want one of those. It'll be a fun night.
And those folks again are who's coming? Ray Evernham?
Ray Evernham, Larry McReynolds, and Jeff Hammond.
Yeah, Ray just got elected into the NASCAR Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we're excited.
Neat. And the date on this again is?
The date is April the 12th.
April the 12th. All this is on the website because lots going on. There's other things you guys do. Is the spring or the fall when you do the golf tournament?
That's in the fall, but this April we'll offer track laps, cornhole, we'll do the Red Bucket Brigade at the race, lots of things and ways to support Speedway Children's Charities.
Refresh our memory for the Night of Smiles. How much money did we pass out this year?
$805,000.
Wow, that is incredible.
Still not meeting all the need, but still a huge amount to this area.
So first thing up, April the 7th is going to be Over the Edge. So any of this and all this on the website, and the website is?
Yes, it's bristol.speedwaycharities.org.
There you go. We come back again. I think we'll come up here every other week through February. So get you or Claudia both coming on and hanging out. Okay. So I want to promote you guys as much as I can.
Thank you.
They do a phenomenal job. So Over the Edge. Toss your balls on April the 7th.
Toss Tom.
Toss Tom. Toss your balls on April the 7th. You have to raise $1,500 before the event, and then at that point, you can. Obviously, going to be people here with safety harnesses and all that.
Yes, one of the safest organizations in the country. They're great.
So, if you're thinking, well, gosh, I'm just going to let me jump, no, it's going to be very controlled with all the proper safety gear and all that. So, but it's going to be great. I appreciate you very much.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, I want to get you back on here again soon, all right?
We'll be here.
Yep, say hello to JT, would you?
I will, thank you.
Love that guy. This is a great couple. Appreciate him very much.
Oh, you're sweet.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Derek's going to talk to us, and we also got Landon Owen coming at the bottom of the hour. We're going to talk college basketball, talk some spring training baseball, but mostly with Landon, we're going to talk Bristol Motor Speedway on show number 676 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
And we're back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us again on this Monday. We're live here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Let's get him in here real quick and put him on. Darius, come on, my friend, and slide into the hot seat and visit with us. So we go from the beauty to the beast. So there you go. My man, Darius Hensley. Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Just fine, Tom. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic, and
Good.
I appreciate you coming by. Let me go ahead and put this up here on the screen. As we always do, the Will Graham celebration, April the 27th, 28th, and 29th at Freedom Hall in Johnson City. And we have classes today going on in a couple of places. I say class. Would you say classes or workshops? Is that what you described?
Either or.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find that here real quick. I just had it this morning when I packed everything up to get up here. And it's going to be, right here it is. Knew I had it. So, anyway. It's going to be tonight. We've got classes on the 29th at Central Christian Church in Bristol and Bethel Christian Church in Jonesboro. This is the Christian Life and Witness courses, open to everybody, no registration needed, no cost to attend. You went to those last week. Tell me about it.
Last Tuesday night, we went to Elizabeth Chapel over beyond the racetrack here toward Buntville. Had about 150 people there, Tom. Tremendous meeting. Good crowd. And as I understand, some people that went to some of the others said really been impressive. A lot of people are turning out.
So when you went, I mean, give us a bird's eye view snapshot. What all went on?
Okay, we got to meet people from other churches, and the leader there, he went through all the steps at helping to witness to others. And you not only want to invite someone to go to the celebration, but then you need to see those people the next day and the day after and get those people in churches. Find them a good church and get involved. And that's what it is, working with these people that you might take to the celebration.
Londa Whittington said, good morning, Tom, and hi, Betsy. And I didn't get my tablet turned on quick enough to tell her that, but we'll pass it on through. Hi, Londa, up in West Virginia. Hello to Bradley Purdy watching in Cleveland, Texas. And good morning, Tom, from our buddy Jerry Keller. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that very much. We are live here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Speaking of, we'll kind of tease you. We're not quite set and ready to go, but we are going to be giving away tickets to the Food City 500 and the Fitzgerald Gliders Kit 300 and the Zombie Auto Now 150 coming up race weekend. We're 76 days out, and so we'll have all the details for you on that, but we are going to be giving away some tickets to bring you right up here to the world's last great Coliseum and get ready to go racing in 76 days and get into the Daytona 500. Goodness, we're inside of 3 weeks, 20 days out to start the NASCAR season for 2018 and the Great American Race. Kurt Busch, the defending champ of the race of the Food City, or rather the Daytona 500. So it all gets cranked up, as we said, in 76 days here and 20 days in Daytona. And of course, a little farther than that, I guess 12 days, you're talking about 88 days out from the Will Graham celebration at Freedom Hall, Johnson City, and we were there last Monday?
Last Monday.
It seemed like it was a month ago. I had such a cool time. I'm still on cloud nine, but I just get lost in the calendar. So just last Monday, we were at the Cove at the Billy Graham Training Center in Black Mountain, North Carolina. I had a phenomenal trip and a phenomenal time. So you have been to this particular class we're talking about. It is free. If you missed last week, can you still go in and pick up and go?
Still go in, pick up. You can pick up from last week. And of course, tomorrow night we'll be attending. My wife and I will be attending the class at Elizabeth Chapel. And also, now the youth classes are Wednesday night. And last Wednesday night, they had 750 youth attended to 3 churches. And they had 3 areas, the University Parkway Celebration, and is it Highlands, I believe, in
Highlands Fellowship.
Yeah, Highlands Fellowship.
Yeah.
And if you are a member, a youth, if you're a youth minister, you can still get your group in there tomorrow night. And I think they had a tremendous response. I talked to my pharmacist yesterday. He took his group, and he said there was 250 so at University Parkway last Wednesday night. And just absolutely tremendous crowd.
That's what we want. That's what Will wants. And again, if you get a chance, go back and watch the show, which has been on the 22nd, a week ago today. Go back and watch the show in zero right. Go down the timeline, just scroll down the timeline and find where Will, still trying to get slowed down long enough to get Jeremiah and myself to sit down and pull that into a podcast. Can't be that hard, but we can't seem to sit down and get that pulled together. But you can go back and watch it. And it's worth, what was it, 6, 7, 8 minutes, I guess?
A little more than that. I think, Tom, it's 50 minutes into your show.
But, I mean, how long did he talk? Will's little challenge was...
Probably 20 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, that's even better. 20 minutes of the show was devoted to him giving the gospel message, and it was great. So I encourage you to go back and check that out. I met Darius Hensley. It's interesting. This all got started because he used to work, and still does, but he works here as a volunteer at Bristol Motor Speedway, and you not say volunteer, but you don't work here full time. They bring you, I guess, your seasonal employment. Is that
seasonal employment? I've actually worked here since the 60s, and started off. I scored for NASCAR for several years. I remember the old flatbed trailer, and I do remember Rex White. I scored Rex White here one time, and so I scored for several years, and then I got into working, helped work down on the track. I was one of the cleanup guys, worked out of the back of the truck for several years, worked for the late Bob King, and got to meet a lot of those guys around here. Then got into some cooler checking, then working the gates, and then I was a gate supervisor. Now I'm working in guest services, work with Gail Hulse.
Yep, Gail Hulse. It's a fun place to work, and there's a great bunch of folks to work with, so... I know this is a softball question, but how has Bristol Motor Speedway changed in all these years?
Well, there's a lot more people, a lot more going on than there was then, but it's still the same good racing. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's actually the hardest ticket, I think, in NASCAR. I've always heard that, and of course, I've been to many tracks. You can't beat Bristol, Tom.
No, can't beat it. I mean, it's racing. It's the world's last great coliseum. If you've never been here, you owe it to yourself. Hello to Rick Ransom watching in Nashville. Hello, my friend. If you've not been to Bristol Motor Speedway, you got to come here, because once I know I'm sitting here in the lobby, they're going to say, well, they're telling you to say this. No, they're not. They don't tell me to say anything. But I'm just telling you, once you get here and you watch a race in person, you're hooked, aren't you?
I worked with working on the gates and for several years, and people from everywhere. I mean, from Alaska, from Argentina, you name it. And everybody says you've got to see it. It doesn't. Television doesn't do it justice. Mm-hmm. And get down there where you can smell the rubber.
You got it. In fact, I got tickets last year from my buddy Chip Pratt in Cincinnati, who watches this show, and he said, Tom, you're exactly right. What Darius just said too. To see it on TV and then to get down there, and he was in turn 4, about 10 rows back. So he came out with a little piece of rubber all over him. He said, you smell the fumes, you feel the rubber, feel the heat on the cars coming around. He said, it's Bristol, baby. I said, oh yeah, there's nothing like it.
You've got to be here. Get that on your bucket list if it's not.
Yep, 76 days away from the racing weekend. Actually 75 days if you go on that Saturday, which is a great value. It's now 350 laps. The Fitzgerald Glider Kit's 300, and now the Zombie Auto 150. And of course, at the end of that, they'll throw in a 50-lap shootout, which is going to just add to the excitement of the K&N Series. Harrison Burton, who won the race a year ago, the son of former driver Jeff Burton, is the returning champ for that particular race. Eric Jones will go back to defend his crown in the Xfinity Series race. And then also you have coming back, obviously, they call him Grandpa now, Jimmy Johnson, They call him Grandpa because he's so old. They say he's long in the tooth, all these young bucks out there. So Jimmy Johnson back to defend his crown in the Food City 500. So 75 days out from racing. And again, Landon's going to join us here in just a few minutes and give us some great ticket promotions that are good through this Friday, and then they go away. So if you're looking for season tickets and tickets from here at BMS, our man's getting ready to tell us, the director of ticket sales. But again, I can't thank you enough. We had a blast over there at the Cove, and hopefully we didn't make anybody mad. We can get back over there and do it again.
I tell you, I've had a good response. I don't know how many people. Matter of fact, I've talked to some of those folks lately, and they said, "When you coming back?"
The folks over there?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's good.
So we didn't make too many people mad, did you, Tom?
That's encouraging. Yeah, we like to leave people happy. We don't like to leave people sad. So it was good stuff, and I know this sounds corny, but I've fallen in love with this old guy here and his wife, and they're just good peeps, and cannot thank him enough. And you know, I say this all the time. I'm not going to philosophize too much, but it's, you know, we serve a connected God. How would I have known? What year did I interview you? Right upstairs in this.
Upstairs, about 4 or 5 years ago.
4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Hadn't heard from him since. I did a little special on the different segments of Bristol Motor Speedway, and of course he was taking tickets at that point, and so I had him, you know, talk about what it was like to do that. Never thought any more about it. I'm not even sure he even seen him since, and all of a sudden out of the blue he calls me up and tells me about the Will Graham celebration and talks about going to the Cove, and voila. So you just never know how the pieces are being moved on a daily basis, and that's how he works, doesn't he?
That's right. It does.
Yeah.
It does. Enjoyed it. Been great. Been
Give
great.
me some taters.
Okay, Patty.
You're a good man, Charlie Brown. We'll take a quick break. Think the world of this young man down at the end of the table. This man coming up next, think the world of him too. We're going to talk hoops. We're going to talk about his beloved New York Mets, but we're going to talk a lot about tickets here at Bristol Motor Speedway. The director of ticket sales, my buddy, think the world of this guy too. Landon Owen joins us next year on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology has just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Back on the Tom Douglas Sports Show, coming up top of the hour, we will have our buddy Mike Hedrick, the NASCAR fans reporter, who joins us twice a week. He'll join us live on the phone from Northern Virginia. Tomorrow, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance. Wednesday at Chick-fil-A. Thursday will be at Champion Chevrolet. And this Friday will be at Food City and Elizabeth. And our great sponsor, Food City, and of course, great sponsor here at the track, obviously. That's the name, the Food City 500. And we are 75 days away from racing here at the world's last great Coliseum with that doubleheader on Saturday, which is now a 450-lap event. The Fitzgerald Glider Kit's 300, and then, of course, the Zombie Auto now 150 with a 50-lap shootout at the end of it. So another reason to be a season ticket holder, and the man on the camera can tell you why there are benefits, obviously, to getting a season ticket for both the spring and the fall racing here at the world's last great Coliseum. That would be our buddy, obviously, Landon Owen. And first off, congratulations, Papa.
Thank you, sir.
How old?
She is about 7.5, almost 8 weeks.
8 weeks?
No, actually, you know what? 8 weeks today.
Sleep? 8 weeks today?
8 weeks today. I've lost some sleep.
Yeah.
She sleeps, though. She's good.
Yeah. What about the little fella now? Is he taken to his little sister?
Like a
duck in a June bug.
Yes. Yes.
All about
fill
it.
in your whatever. I can't even talk today. Yeah, it's good radio. Good job.
He made me up last night a little bit.
Yeah,
so.
that too. But it's coming along.
He's
proud. We're proud of him. We're happy to have our family complete, we hope.
Oh, yeah. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. And she is from the hills of where?
Of northern West Virginia.
There you go.
Yep.
She is a hillbilly and a good one. So, Mrs. Owen we're talking about. We're talking to Landon Owen, Director of Ticket Sales at Bristol Motor Speedway. We're going to talk a little basketball coming up here in a few minutes and some baseball. He's a beloved New York Mets fan, but the obvious, the season tickets, and here's a cool brochure we've got to show you here on camera, Bristol Motor Speedway and the bells and whistles, which you can pick up here in the lobby of the Bruton Smith building. But we're about to tell you the benefits. I mean, obviously we've got spring racing coming, but for the fan and for the old billfold and the old budget, the obvious way to go is to get a season ticket, correct?
I mean, yes. That's the easiest way to go. They start at just $149. We'll even throw you a free pit pass to the spring race or the August race if you hurry. We've got a deadline coming up this Friday for the August races. Deadline's two ways. One, if you're a new fan, you haven't had tickets before, or maybe you didn't have them last year, you can get the best price by buying them before Friday. So that'll be $60 is where they start for the Cup race. After Friday, they go to $70. But we've got a deadline for season ticket or for August ticket holders. They can renew their tickets, get their same seat, get the best pricing, and who knows who you might bump into here at the last great Coliseum.
Yeah. Of course, we talked about the three components: value, exclusivity, and then of course recognition. So let's start with value. Season ticket holder, what's some of the value you get over and above having seats at the world's last great Coliseum?
Well, because we changed up the single day pricing a little bit this year, a lot of seats went down. Some seats stayed about flat. Some seats that were in high demand even went up just a little bit. But we were doing some math on how much you save if you waited to buy you did the Sports Illustrated. Let's add up the cover price of each one. We have some tickets that you save as much as 92% off the sticker price. Let me say it again. Save over 92% off the sticker price. You'll save at least in double digits percent-wise. Most of them save between 20 and 30, but we have some that were such good deals. We didn't want to raise the season ticket price, so even those high-demand areas, if you can find tickets in those areas, you can get them for cheap. So it's the best deal, best secret in motorsports, and now the cat's out of the bag.
Cat is out of the bag.
Yep.
423 Bristol, 1-866-415-4158, or go to bristolmotorspeedway.com. 3 ways you can get a hold of these folks, and any 3, well, of course, on the computer you won't talk to them, but the other 2, you'll have a live body and someone ready to go to greet you and go to work to help you.
That's right. 423 Bristol, 866-415-4158, or bristoltix.com, or just come on down here, walk in, take a tour. We'll show you around a little bit if you need to. If you want to go look at some seats, we'll have a rep go up there with you into the grandstands and talk about your options for you, which is one of the things that we love to do, and we hope you come see us.
That's customer service right there. They'll actually take you out into the stands and go, okay, now, where would you like to be seating at, and here's what's available, and where would you like to sit, and that's customer service. You also, again, by becoming a season ticket holder, Food City's thrown in some bells and whistles too, our great sponsor of the show, and of course a dear sponsor of this track and this racing, the world's last great Coliseum. So tell us some values they've provided.
Food City has chipped in 2 gas visits for each of you great season ticket holders and rewards members. We have $5 off concessions, $5 off souvenir purchases, all for season ticket holders. Members only events coming not just from the Food City side but our side. The welcome reception, brunch on Bruton, some of those things that are filled to the brim and popular every year. You get access to those things for free.
Yep. There's an event that you have, as you mentioned, that involves Bruton. Let's see, it's called, let me make sure I don't say it wrong here.
Brunch on Bruton.
Brunch on Bruton.
Yep.
And coffee and donuts with Bristol Motor Speedway in April. Brunch on Bruton in August. A welcome reception in August. So, let's see what else you got. I want to throw one else out here to you as well. Of course, you get the lanyard, you get your name on the member wall of honor. What's that all about?
We've got 2 spots where it is. One is actually inside the racetrack, right down on pit wall. That you can, if you get a pre-race super pass or one of those experiences, get you down the track walk, you get to go down there and see your name, take a picture in front of it. It's really neat. We also have another spot down in front of the main entrance that we'll put that up. It's not up yet. We're still accepting season ticket orders, so once we shut that off, then we'll go print the signs.
Give them a shout out this morning. Would you please say hello to Londa Whittington in Charleston, West Virginia?
Hello, Londa. Charleston, West Virginia.
He just put on that. Hello, Londa. He just went.
Yep.
All right, that was cool. Hello to Bradley Purdy in Cleveland, Texas.
Yeah, Cleveland, Texas.
And hello to Jerry Keller here in the Tri-Cities.
All right.
There's some of the folks watching the show again today. We're live here again at Bristol Motor Speedway. We're talking to my man Landon Owen, Director of Ticket Sales of BMS. And, look, we're doing the countdown. We're 75 days out till we go racing with that the doubleheader on Saturday, April the 14th. But now's the time to get the tickets. And I understand you sold a lot of tickets. It went good at Christmas, stocking stuffers, and a lot of folks decided it was a cool thing to surprise someone Christmas morning under the tree in a box or in a stocking with tickets to BMS.
Yeah, you bet. We call it the gift of Bristol.
Yeah.
It's something everybody will remember. We love getting those videos of people opening those presents, and maybe they've never been here before, and this has been on their bucket list for their whole lives. Grandmothers, grandfathers, mothers, fathers too, on down the line. So it's really neat. We get those Disney type experiences when people open it up and see they get the gift of Bristol and they get to come here and maybe fulfill a lifelong wish. It's really neat.
Hello to my buddy Rick Ransom watching out in Nashville today. Thank you, Rick. Appreciate you very much. We're live here at Bristol Motor Speedway. We're talking to the man who makes it go, the Director of Ticket Sales here at Bristol Motor Speedway. We have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
they're all,
6 windows and 6
6 desks, and then there's 4 more in the back you can't see from out here that are all burning up today. So
there you go.
It's been a good day.
Yeah, and folks are, we start talking more and more. Rolex 24 just finished up, and now we're going to shift gears. Most of the drivers are heading down to Daytona. Testing's right around the corner. You got the Clash coming up in a couple of weeks. You're 20 days out from the Daytona 500, so now everybody's starting to think NASCAR, and the buzz is there, and you look at this youth movement for NASCAR. I think it's going to be pretty exciting because some of these guys, when they come to Bristol Motor Speedway, they've been up here 2 or 3 times or a few times, but this is when you come out on this track and it's a learning curve literally in front of all these other drivers and a full house of fans, it can be a little overwhelming for some of these young kids, and I call them young kids, but the youth movement is on, but I think having all these youngsters is going to create a lot of excitement this year.
Agreed. As you move up the classes, you get more and more horsepower. So just because you've driven a few laps on the course doesn't mean that you are comfortable in a new seat. Now that those guys have a little bit of experience under their belts, I think the race will start to slow down a little for them. The 16 seconds laps become, more in your head, like 20 seconds, and they'll start to see more gaps that maybe they didn't see the first year or two. So I think that we could be in for a really exciting, not only races here at Bristol, but an exciting year on the NASCAR tracks.
Yep. Of course, one of the guys that really dominated this track for many years, Rusty Wallace, compared Bristol Motor Speedway to driving around the top of a cereal bowl at 120 miles an hour, which is probably a really good analysis given the fact that he won here with some pretty good regularity.
You'll like this. I had last week we had the high school basketball tournament in town with the FCA Classic there with Oak Hill, and one of the teams in was Huntington Prep. Well, Coach Arkell Bruce of the Huntington Prep, I think Irish, I believe, I had reached out to him and said, hey, if you guys want to come in, we'll show you around the track, we'll do a couple laps. And to see guys that are 7 feet tall come in and get up to the top of the racetrack and then look down and be like, oh my God, what do I do? One of the coaches, I'm not going to say which one, coach, but you know who you are, bear crawled backwards down the banks.
Oh, really?
I've never seen anybody do it before. I knew it's possible, but I've never seen anybody do it. But those guys had a blast. Every time, and these are guys that are going to go play at UCLA and Michigan and places all over the country. Miles Bridges was one of their alums that is having such a great career over at Michigan State. But it's to see people like that are going to be big deals come in and see what this place is, and they're like, yeah, I'm coming back here. Just come in. If you've never been, come see it, and we'll show you why.
We had a guy here not that long ago. You may know the year. I can't remember the year, but he was here 6, 7, 8 years ago. A guy by the name of LeBron James coming here with, he came in and did a promotion, and they had a basket down on the start-finish line. He shot some baskets, and I guess that was before you, or you were here.
I'm not here, but I've heard of that guy.
Oh, yeah. LeBron was here.
Yeah.
He's been in here. Brad Daugherty, of course, 6'10", the guy who's got ownership in one of the NASCAR teams. He's here. So I know Randy Moss, back from Huntington and Marshall, had ownership into a truck team for one time. So yeah, a lot of the athletes from other sports are in here. Dan Marino had involvement in NASCAR for a while. Roger Staubach. So yeah, when you come to Bristol, you don't really know who's going to be here. It is like a who's who. I know Goldberg's been here several years now, the wrestler, and so yeah, when you get into Bristol in April, you really don't know who you're going to. They may just be out here mingling with the fans.
We had A.J. McCarron here at the U.S. Short Track Nationals last year. So, yeah, you truly never know who's going to come. And you'll see people from all walks of life here. We've had Allen Iverson to Michael Vick and the young lady that used to work down at the booth 9 for me that was the pit pass gate. She'd always see people come in. Hey, did you know so-and-so's here? And no, we didn't. So thanks for passing that along. It's really neat to see, and it's humbling to be part of such a great venue.
Absolutely. 423 Bristol locally. Again, out of town, 1-866-415-4158, or just go to bristolmotorspeedway.com, or just go to bristoltix.com, right?
They'll all get you there.
Yeah, 4 ways to get you. College basketball. Here we go from yesterday. Let's take a look at everybody that was supposed to have won did. Top-ranked Villanova. Number 3, Purdue. Number 6, Michigan State. Number 17, Wichita State. 18th ranked Clemson all got W's. Tonight we got 3 games on tap. Notre Dame, 13-8, goes into Durham at Cameron Indoor Stadium and battles the 4th-ranked Duke Blue Devils, who lost on Saturday to number 2 Virginia.
Great game.
Oh, yeah,
Great
in Durham. Northwestern, 13-9 tonight at number 25 Michigan, who's 17-6. And then the other one, the Battle of Kansas, 5th-ranked Kansas at 17-4, goes to Kansas State at 16-5. And all 3 of those games could be trouble for the ranked teams, 4th-ranked Duke, 5th-ranked Kansas, and number 25 Michigan.
The Octagon, interesting place to go into. Tough place to play there in Kansas State. Sunflower Showdown, always a good battle. That's a good one to watch.
Yeah. A little closer to home, East Tennessee State, I should say. The Buccaneers tonight trying to make it 13 straight in Charleston to take on the Citadel at 6 o'clock tonight. And Coach Forbes and the Buccaneers playing some great hoops.
Man, they're fun. They are fun. They play a great brand of basketball. If you like offense, they got it. If you like defense, they got it. If you like teamwork, they got that too. I read a stat that 9 guys on the team have scored in double figures more than once. That's ridiculous. And you never know who it's going to be. You know Bradford's going to be there, but you don't know who else is going to beat you that night. Some nights it's been Jerkin. When we went the other night, it was McLeod that just went off against Mercer on Wednesday night. And then they had a great win this weekend at Wofford. So looking forward to see what they do tonight against Citadel and the rest of the way. But they're shaping themselves up to get a pretty good seed and maybe shock the world come come March and April.
There you go. Of course, they come back home for the Chattanooga Moccasins on Saturday at Freedom Hall, and that's such a cool place to go and watch a ball game now. They've really made that a home court advantage.
Every time I walk in there, I've said the same thing. Not only is it a great home court advantage, it's a great place to watch college basketball now. From where it was, let's just talk about where it was. You've been here for a long time. Probably called your fair share of games in there. The transformation of the inside of Freedom Hall is nothing short of spectacular. So if you haven't been to a Bucks game since they've been over there, or maybe you haven't been in a few years, even if you've been in the last couple of years, come check this team out. They're really good. They're really good.
They can play. Forbes has got them clicking on all cylinders, and this was a team that was, by the coaches, preseason ball middle of the pack, but they ain't middle of the pack. They're in sole possession of first place right now and playing some hoops.
That's right. You know, our herd had a tough one this weekend, and they had a 4-point lead late. And Western Kentucky, who's very good, especially at home, scored the last 15. So there's some good mid-major basketball out there. If you're not turned on to the top, 10 teams, and you're tired of seeing them up there, go watch some mid-major stuff. There's some great games on CBS. There's some great ones online. Go to the ESPN app and scroll through. There's some great ones in there. There's some good basketball this year.
Oh yeah,
all over the place.
Had a good game Saturday night in Morgantown, West Virginia, Kentucky. That was a barn burner too.
Yeah.
So good stuff. Let's switch gears before I let you go. And then you get back at it. And so your beloved New York Mets, spring training getting ready to go within, 2.5, 3 weeks. They'll start reporting. Valentine's Day, pitchers and catchers get in there and get going. So what's the prognosis for your New York Mets for this year?
I want to be excited. I want to.
So bad. So bad.
Because it's been such a rough year. The Panthers lost in the playoffs, and the Mets fell apart last year going into, some other, the college teams that I pull for didn't, have great years. Syracuse knocked off Clemson, but that was about it. Man, Syracuse basketball is just kind of not quite there. And getting into the Mets, I'm just like, I think I'm just setting myself up for more of the same. If the pitchers stay healthy, maybe they can score enough runs. But they're in the Nationals division. They're the class of the National League, along with the Dodgers. And I think that you can't discount what the Yankees are going to do long term, especially in the city of New York. It's just tough. You're going to be second fiddle to the Yankees again for a long, long time, unless you can come up with some magic.
Yeah,
you got to believe. They've been saying it for 40 years, 50 years in New York City, so you got to believe.
But you look at the American League this year. You got the Yankees, the Indians are better, the Astros are out of the world. I mean, they got a pitching staff that's pretty stellar. That's going to be a strong league this year, the National League. I mean, you look at the Brewers, what they've done the last couple of weeks, and they really went out and shored themselves up. And what I find amazing is all these free agents that are still out there. I mean, you're talking J.D. Martinez, you're talking Jake Arrieta, you're talking, who else? I know, here we go. Moustakas, Carlos Gonzalez. Let's see, here's some of the big boys all the way back up in the front that are still. Yu Darvish, Jake Arrieta, Hosmer, Moustakas, Lance Lynn. There's some pretty stud guys out there, and we're talking inside a 3-week spring training, big guy, and they're not. Todd Frazier still unsigned.
Yep.
Some of the Jonathan Lucroy, Greg Holland. I mean, some of these guys are, but still, there's bodies that somebody could use on their baseball team that are unsigned. I think it's interesting.
I don't know why it's the last few years. It's just taken a long time for the hot stove to heat up. It's just kind of simmered through the winter meetings, and then we get closer to spring training, and guys are still without jobs. I think guys are asking for too much money for what their skill sets are now and what the marketplace is willing to pay. I think owners and teams are being more savvy about the dollars that they spend, seeing that teams like the Royals can win a World Series without spending $200 million. Why would you get into that ball game? So I think I like what the owners are doing. I say I don't feel for the players that are making millions and millions of dollars to play a game and they can't get a job. Ask for a little less money and go win a championship. And be a role player. So egos are tough, but I think that these guys will all end up somewhere, and I could take a couple of those guys in Flushing. Yeah, we got a couple holes.
Arrieta look good in a Mets uniform, wouldn't he?
I'd settle for a middle reliever at this point. We just signed Jose Reyes again, so I don't know. It's going to be a rough year.
Last question. Rob Manfred, the commissioner of baseball, is wanting to speed the thing up with a 20-second pitch clock's been used in the minors. Pitchers who take too long to throw a pitch are charged with the ball. Hitters who are not in the box in time are charged with a strike. It has cut down the overall time of the game dramatically. Major League Baseball is yet to officially announce these rule changes, but expect it to happen before spring training gets going and the exhibition games or spring training games. Is he leave it alone? Is he on the right course here to tweak this thing?
I don't see any problem with it. Kudos for him for trying something new. I mean, they talked about replay for years, and now we have replay. I think that you have to evolve your sport, and I think they're trying. What's the one criticism you hear about baseball? Is it's boring. It takes too long. Well, they're trying to combat those two things, so I think it's smart to go after the problem.
NASCAR in good shape starting 2018?
I think so. I think we're healthy. I think, of course, Junior's going to be missed, but there's a lot of talented drivers, like you said. Those guys, a few of them start winning some races. I think things are going to get really interesting really quick. So stay with it. It's going to be an exciting year.
One more time before you go, tell us to cut off the promotion deadline on this first deadline's coming up on Friday. What do we need to do between now and Friday?
Just give us a call. We'll talk you through your options. This is for Bass Pro Shop NRA night race tickets. Is our early bird deadline expires this Friday, February 2nd. We'll still have tickets available all the way up until the race, so as long as we're not sold out. Food City 500 weekend tickets, we're in our advanced stage for that. You can get tickets as low as $60 for that race as well, $70 for the weekend. Kids free, 12 and under for everything but the cup races, and they're only $10. So bring the whole family down. We'll take care of you. Give us a call, 423-BRISTOL, 866-415-4158, or bristolmotorspeedway.com.
I know you're busy. Appreciate your time.
Hey, thank you, brother.
Yeah, this guy's great. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll go from Landon. We'll go to Northern Virginia, check in with our buddy. That would be Mike Hedrick, the NASCAR fans reporter, talking more NASCAR. We still got coming up some college basketball, pro basketball. The National Hockey League All-Star game was yesterday. The Farmers Open has a playoff going on probably at, I'll double check here during the break.
I've heard that right now.
Right now. Going on.
I'm going to go check it out.
Day and Norrin, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Alex Norrin and Day and the playoff. We'll take a break. We'll be right back here. We're on show number 676 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
And we're back with the Tom Douglas Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. By the way, just found out, thanks to my man Landon Owen, stuck his head to the window and said Jason Day won the one-game playoff to win the Farmers Open. So, first event of the PGA Tour. Hello to Jill Clifton. Hello, young lady. Bradley Purdy says, go Braves. We were talking baseball a few minutes ago. Go Braves. And so he may be with me today, Mike Hedrick. It may be a long year for his Braves and maybe a long year for my Cincinnati Reds, but thanks, Bradley, watching us in Cleveland, Texas. We are live here again at Bristol Motor Speedway, the Bruton Smith Building. On the phone, our buddy Mike Hedrick, the NASCAR fans reporter. And good morning, my good friend. How are you?
Doing great, but you're making me feel homesick seeing all my buddies right down there in Bristol Motor Speedway. I love all the people. I'm waving at them. I'm waving at the little screen, but they're not waving back. But it's great. It's great to see them and hear them. It looks like they're getting it geared up for us, man. We're gonna have a good time this year.
Oh yeah, 75 days out. It's hard to believe. Of course, 20 days from the Daytona 500, and wow, the war of words has started. Let's jump in here and go. The Busch brothers. Talking about the young guns, and the Busch brothers taking a shot, or one of them taking a swipe at Chase Elliott. Tell me about it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And this is the preseason. I love it. Last week we talked about Kyle Busch saying that NASCAR was kind of going wrong by promoting these young guns above veterans like himself, saying, hey, we're in this trade. We've been here real long time, and we're racing hard. And the guys we're talking about your Chase Elliott, your Ryan Blaney, your Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman, and a few others. Well, that got the media fired up. And so what does his brother do? His brother Kurt Busch tags him off the rope, jumps in there, and tweets that he thinks that Chase Elliott is overrated, he tweeted. So they whacked the proverbial bee's nest on that. NASCAR is going crazy. I love it. I think the Busch brothers are some of the best drivers, and they're some of the best guys to get in another driver's head. I think they're already starting to do it. If Kevin Harvick jumps in on this, I think it can only get more funny. But we'll see how the young guys answer. If they answer off the track or they answer on the track. But I love it. I love the energy and the excitement ramping up there, Tom.
All right, so there's two schools of thought on all this. Kyle Busch comes out and says, look, you guys, I'm talking about NASCAR, you're marketing everything to these young guns. You forgot about us. We're talking about the older guys. They call Jimmy Johnson Grandpa now. You forgot about us and Kurt Busch and Ryan Newman and Denny Hamlin and Keselowski and Logano. All these older guys are now older guys by simply chronologically and by age. We're older, so you're forgetting about all of us. Ryan Blaney comes out and says, wait a minute. The young guns where it's at, we've got to transition all these fan bases of Dale Jr. and Matt Kenseth and Tony Stewart and Jeff Gordon and Danica Patrick into somebody else. So we're going to lose these fans. So we got to get out here and shake hands and kiss babies and press the flesh. Kyle Busch says, NASCAR, you're forgetting about the older ones. Ryan Blaney says, no, they've got to promote us because we're the future of the sport. And we're the ones they're going to kind of attach themselves to, or they would already be on your fan base or in your fan base. Who's right and who's wrong with this? Or both of them have valid arguments?
I think both of them got great points. I think, the veterans are, if you look at the fan base as it is right now, fans are very, very loyal to a certain driver, almost to a fault of NASCAR. Sometimes we lose fans in the sport just because, hey, Rusty Wallace isn't driving anymore. I don't watch any more races. We have a lot of that. I know that from my personal friends that don't watch because that one driver. So getting drivers to switch over from a veteran, or even maybe somebody that's just come out of the sport, like we said, your Jeff Gordons and your Dale Juniors and Matt Kenseth, getting those guys or those fans to switch over to another young driver is really hard. I got my buddies, and it's the hardest thing to get them to try to pick, well, who are you going to go for this year here? Well, I don't know. So the young guys, I can see where they really do have to go the extra effort, and they're going to get their fan base from the young people. So that's going to be the social media and tweeting those guys. But you know what? There's that old fan base. Like we said, that's the majority of the NASCAR fans, and it's the veterans that they're going to, and they're spending their money to go see. So I think they both got great points, and I just think that just fires people up. I love it. I love it. Competition.
Mike Hendrick here in Northern Virginia. Would you please say hello this morning to Jill Clifton? Jill's watching the show. Would you say hello to Jill for us, please?
Hi, Miss Jill Clifton. I'm waving. Well, you can't see me wave, but I'm waving at you, Miss Jill. Hello.
Exactly. We're talking to Mike Hendrick in Northern Virginia, the NASCAR fans reporter. Brad Keselowski. Again, we continue our war of words. Keselowski comes out and says, hey, Toyota is cheating. Oh, boy, this is going to open up a can of worms. What do you say about that?
Well, we've all been talking about how the Toyotas came out last year, and as the year went on, they just kept getting faster and faster with that new Toyota body they came out with the year before. Now, the Fords had a body that came out a couple of years before that, but it really wasn't up to snuff. Now, we also know Chevy just this year here, right, has that brand new Chevy Camaro. But Brad Keselowski still thinks that the Toyotas are cheating, and he's hoping that the new NASCAR inspection system that they're going to implement some this year here is going to work out and catch some of those dirty Toyota cheaters. He said, and I'll quote him at this point here, if the new Hawkeye system is put into place and implemented in 2018 fully, not partially, fully, it will certainly level the playing field for Ford by enforcing the rules. So that's what Brad Keselowski said about that, talking about the new inspection stations. Now, what he's talking about is a Hawkeye system, and it's brand new. It's a camera-based station that's going to take over the grid station, the laser inspections, and all this kind of stuff, and measure things more tightly. But he still thinks that, unless they bring that in, them dirty Toyotas are still cheating. Brad, he's hilarious when he's off the track. He's a good driver when he's on the track. But is he getting to be a whiner there, Tom? I don't want to make that call.
He may need a little cheese with his wine, I'm thinking, yes. And it's funny because his teammate does the same thing, too. His teammate's known as a whiner of sorts, Mr. Logano. So, anyway, they're entitled to say what they want to say, but that'll just ramp everybody up on the Toyota camp. You better believe that. So, that's good. And, this is really kind of... it's not been orchestrated on gas or scripted. It's kind of what you want. You're 20 days away from the Daytona 500, and everybody's starting to point fingers already. So that tells me once you get on the track, and they'll do that on Saturday, February the 10th, will be the first Cup practice, or actually the final Cup practice. And so for the Clash, we'll talk about that in a second. So we're getting ever so close to getting down on the track and getting out there and getting after it. So I think this finger pointing early on, I think it's going to sell tickets, and I think it's going to be pretty good for the sport. And before we even get started this year, what do you think?
I agree. I think it's going to be a great racing season. With the changes NASCAR made last year, with just the format, the playoff system, the stage racing, they've done their part really to make it a lot of fun. We've got great veterans who are still driving. Sure, a couple of them aren't back in the cars, but we've got a great field of veteran drivers and really young gun drivers who have, I think they've knocked knocked the rust off, but I think they've knocked the nerve off a little bit. I think that, like Landon said, things aren't going by as fast. They're kind of settled into the seat, and you know what? They've given their time of being polite and given the veterans, the room and the benefit of the doubt, or maybe the spot a little bit too often to their detriment. But they're ready to race now, and I think this is going to be the 2018 season. I think it's going to be one of the best NASCAR's ever seen.
We'll give a shout-out real quick to the good folks at Pantene, PanteneBeautifulLinks.com. Growing the hair here you see on the screen. Once it gets to the appropriate length, which is very close, we'll whack it off and donate it to Pantene, who takes it, and they don't sell it to cancer patients as other folks do. They give it to ladies who are going through either chemo or radiation for cancer treatment. So in my small way of giving back, I lost my mom and dad, and my stepmother for that matter, to cancer. So it's my way to give back in a small way. So a shout-out to Pantene, BeautifulLinks.com. If you're interested in growing your hair and doing that for the same reason, simply go to that website and check it out, PanteneBeautifulLinks.com. 60th running of Daytona, the Daytona 500, the Great American Race, coming up on February the 18th. The Clash will be on the 11th. Speed Week starts, the Daytona Speed Week's officially on February the 10th. So let's talk about the field for the Clash. You're talking about a star-studded field. They got some dandies going to run on February the 11th for the Clash. Tell me about it.
Well, it's the best of the best when we get to this. It's the guys that you're either eligible because you won a pole back in 2017, or maybe you didn't win a pole, but you're a former Daytona 500 pole winner, or you were in the 2017 playoff system. So here's the guys that we're going to have in it, and I think as we go down, I think we're going to see a perfect mix of some of the young guys, some of the older guys. We're going to start off, we got Ryan Blaney, he's in it, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, we got them all right there together. I think we got them fighting right there. Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Eric Jones, that Jones boy, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Larson, Joey Logano, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Martin Truex Jr., Austin Dillon, Jimmy Johnson, Casey Kane, who's going to be in the 95 this time, Jamie McMurray, and Ryan Newman. So it's fast drivers. This is for just a lot of money. It's not for points. I think it's going to be a great race, and this usually brings out really no anger in this thing, because when you get out of the car, hey, you either got the money or you go home. You brought that extra car to wreck anyways. But I think it's going to be a fantastic race. The 2018 Advanced Auto Parts Clash right down there at Daytona. Get us started off on my birthday, February 11th.
There you go. On your birthday, you'll be 24 years old. That's awesome. Congratulations. So, am I right? 24, 25, somewhere through there, right?
Yeah, no, I'm going to be 56. I'm going to go ahead and claim every single one of those years the Lord's let me have. I'm pretty thankful.
All right. I was trying to help you out. So 56, that's his birthday, our buddy Mike Hedrick, again on February the 11th. So let's go back to Bristol. You're here and you work as part of the team here at Bristol Motor Speedway, and they come to town. So I thought Landon made a great point. Just because you've been successful in the other series, some of these younger guns are going to be out here for the first time under the umbrella of the Cup Series at Bristol Motor Speedway in 75, 76 days. It's a learning curve out there on the track in front of God and everybody, and so you better be ready to go. And I think there's going to be some surprises. And I thought Landon made a great point. Just because you've won in the Xfinity Series or the Truck Series, you come to Bristol in the Cup Series against the best of the best, that's a whole different ball game, right or wrong.
It is, and I think we see that in every series, but especially NASCAR. We see them race so close together. They race at the same tracks. The cars look similar, but they're really not. There's just so much more horsepower in the NASCAR Cup Series car than there is on the Xfinity Series, and also I'm going to say there's less handling. There's less downforce. The cars don't want to stick on the track. They're much harder to drive. And you see that learning curve really difficult for some of the young drivers. And you just put that into Bristol Motor Speedway where, like you said, Rusty Wallace said, like driving around the top of your cereal bowl. It just adds to excitement and or calamity. It's going to be one of them, excitement or calamity.
You got it, one of the two, and of course we're 75 days out, and they are selling tickets here, and we talked about that earlier with the Director of Ticket Sales, Landon Owen. We're talking to Mike Hedrick, see on the screen, the NASCAR Fans Reporter. He joins us twice a week with an awesome report each time, and so we just finished up. Chip Ganassi, a happy camper. Rolex 24 goes to Ganassi Racing. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it sure does. That was a great race. I know a lot of my NASCAR buddies don't watch it, but if I could just kind of break it down, the Rolex is a 24-hour race, and this one here wound up not having very many cautions. There was only 4 cautions, which means the cars stayed out on the track, and they kept going fast. So if you keep going fast, you're going to make up a lot of laps. You're going to put down a lot of laps. They made up so many laps, or they drove so many laps, that it wound up being the longest race in the history of the Rolex, set in 1992. Let's put it this way. The track they were driving around on was 3.56 miles, and the leader drove 808 laps. That's a total of 2,876 miles. Or let me put that in NASCAR terms. That's 5.7 Daytona 500s in a row in 24 hours. So it really puts it on those cars. In the prototypes we had, Team Penske was in there. They had a good car. It's their first time being in there, but they didn't do as well. But in the GT Le Mans, Chip Ganassi with those Fords, he came through there, finished number 1 and 2 in his class. That gives him his 200th overall win in motorsports. He's got 56 of them in sports cars, 8 of them at the Rolex, 8 watches. Wow. And his organization also has 103 IndyCar wins and 39 stock car wins and 2 rally car cases. That's 200 wins. That's incredible. Everybody gets one of them watches. Tom, they're like $17,000 for just the watch.
Wow. That's an expensive Mickey Ticky. Whew, $17,000 for a watch. Holy smokes. Would you please say hello to Jerry Keller? Jerry's watching the show. Would you say hello to Jerry, sir?
Hey, Jerry Keller, what's happening out there, buddy? Hope you're having a good time. If you got any questions, hey, right there is a good spot to ask it right there. Tom will get right to everybody's question. And, hey, Jerry, good to see you there, buddy.
There you go.
You're looking good.
Any more updates on Danica? I know she's got that ride with GoDaddy.com with Premium Motorsports, but anything else over the weekend you've heard about DP?
Nope, haven't heard anything about her. I'm sure she's getting fit for her nice new GoDaddy green fire suit. But, yeah, we're just waiting to hear about that. I think stuff is really going to start ramping up fast. We'll probably hear a lot of things going on this week, which is going to make the Friday show, going to be a big one there on Tommy.
You got it. Hey, have a great week. Thank you, as always. Screen Taters, I'll talk to you Friday, all right?
All right, Screen Taters. Hey, go hug everybody at Bristol Motor Speedway for me, and God bless everybody real good.
There you go. That's my buddy Mike Hedrick. Does a phenomenal job. Thank you, Mike, as always, the NASCAR fans reporter joining us live from his home in Northern Virginia. And, again, he does a superb job, and I can't thank him enough. It's the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We are live at Bristol Motor Speedway here in the Bruton Smith building in the lobby. And, again, as you heard him say, you have until Friday with that special pricing on tickets for the Bass Pro Shop NRA night race. That's when Kyle Busch comes back into town and defends his not one, not two, but 3 wins in the same weekend. Only one driver's ever done that at any track, and Kyle Busch has done it here twice. And so the Bass Pro Shop NRA night race coming up again in August, and it'll be a chance for you to come back up here and enjoy the great racing of the night race at Bristol. But we got the Food City 500, and it's going to be rock'em sock'em affair. They call him Grandpa. Jimmy Johnson back to defend his crown in, as we said, 76 days. But you also want to take a look at big Saturday racing on April the 14th, the Fitzgerald Glider Kits 300 and the Zombie Auto 150. They've added 25 more laps to that, plus a 50-lap shootout at the end. The K&N Series won by Harrison Burton a year ago. So some great racing, again, for the Xfinity Series. And, again, that's coming up, as we said, on April the 14th, a doubleheader. So those tickets are on sale. And don't forget, kids 12 and under, they get in free to watch that race. And so they see 450 laps of racing for free. And so you can give them a call here at the Speedway, 423 Bristol locally. Out of town, you can call and go 1-866-415-4158, or get on the web and go bristolmotorspeedway.com, or type in Bristol Tix, TIX.com, and be ready to go. So that's what's happening, and it's not that far away. And we're going to give you a chance to win tickets like we did last year to the spring race here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Spring races. Show number 676. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll take a look at some other sports. So what else is going on around the world of sports? And on this day that we celebrate the birthday of Tom Selleck, Magnum PI is 73 today, and Mary Ellen Walton, Judy Norton Taylor, is 60 today. You got to know we're getting older, folks, when Mary Ellen Walton has turned 60. Goodness gracious. Quick break. We'll be right back, and we'll take a look at some other sports next here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. Do you like pulled pork? At Phil's, the pulled pork is cooked low and slow. We cook it all night, but we serve it fast. Our pulled pork is hickory smoked, tender and juicy. We serve the pork either as a sandwich on a bun or platter style with garlic toast. And don't forget to try our pork wings. They taste like a cross between ham and our sweet ribs. It comes as a meal, as an add-on, or part of our meat sampler platters. Pulled pork and pork wings. Just 2 great reasons to stop by Phil's Dream Pit. Eastern Star exit off I-26, 349-6437. Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call, and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. Your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
We're back with the Tom Douglas Sports Show, and no, she's not, or I'm not Kimberly King, but we're going to get her on here for sure because we need to get this young lady on and let everybody see that she is a beautiful young lassie, and, well, probably help if I hit the right button here, and let's do it. Boom, there she is. Kimberly King from the BMS marketing staff. Good morning, young lady. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well. You're making me blush.
Yes, making you
All
blush.
the kind things, yes.
Oh. It is what it is. You can't deny the truth. So you see her a lot when you go to the Bristol Motors Speedway website. You'll see her in different forms and fashions. You've done podcasts and you've done different things. So you'll see her a lot. Tell them what some of the things you have done. We'll see you on the Speedway website.
Oh, on the Speedway website. Well, I've done the Ask Bristol show. We did in August for Dale Jr.'s retirement. We did the Crazy 88 promotion. So I did a big long Facebook Live show there. I used to be the face for the chat button. I'm not sure if it's still on there or not.
Yep.
I think it might still be, but it was like my face. It said, do you have a question or something like that?
Exactly. So, hello, Renee McNeil, watching in Elizabethton. Would you say hello again to our buddy Londa Whittington in West Virginia?
Londa Whittington from West Virginia. Hey, Londa. Hope you're doing well today.
And Bradley Purdy, he's still with us watching in Cleveland, Texas. Would you say hello to Bradley Purdy,
awesome.
please?
All the way from Texas. Hey, Bradley. Thanks for tuning in.
Oh, yeah. He's from King Sports, living out there now, so watching the show.
Awesome.
We have talked with Landon earlier in the show about season tickets, but one part we did not talk about, which she has all the latest on, are tickets and all the activities up here for the Kids Club and for the kids. And we are 75 days out. So tell us how we cater to the kids here at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Well, kids and families are a huge part of what we do here at Bristol. And starting last year was the first year that we had a kids ticket deal. And they're $10 for our cup races. So for the Food City 500 and the Bass Pro Shops NRA night races, kids can get in with just $10, obviously accompanied with an adult. But the great thing about the kids' price for the weekends is you also are going to get the Xfinity races for free. Xfinity and truck races, kids get in free. So Landon was talking a lot about season tickets. If parents are interested in a season ticket, bring your kid along for only $20, and they get to come to all the races.
Yeah. So you get $10 in the spring and $10 in the fall. I mean, you can't beat that. I don't think.
Best deal.
I know for a fact, because I just went recently to a birthday party, you can't roller skate. It's hard to roller skate a kid for $20. I mean, you can, but it's close to $20. I don't know what it costs to go to a movie now. So for the entertainment you get,
I think movies are like close to $15. If you go to Just Jump, that's like $20. And the great thing about Bristol is it's all day fun, and we kind of have the Just Jump, not really roller skating, but we've got a kids zone that kids can come play at throughout the day. We've got driver autograph sessions, so they can meet some drivers. We've got inflatable zip lines, Euro bungees, coloring stations, face painting, like anything you could possibly want to do as a child. We've got it here for you at the Kids Zone.
Oh, yeah. You even had a Ferris wheel in here one time, didn't you?
Yeah, we have. We've had a Ferris wheel before.
this is on property during race week. So there's lots going on for the kids. The backdrop you see behind Kimberlin is the Speedway World Gift Shop. So that's a whole other animal. We'll tap into that next time we're up here in a couple of weeks. But that is a place you get your souvenirs from Bristol Motor Speedway, and so that's what you see as the backdrop behind Kimberlin. We are in the lobby here at the Bruton Smith Building till the top of the hour. We're broadcasting live here at BMS. We love coming up here and being part of the quote-unquote staff twice a year. It's an honor for me to be part of the announcing team and all that goes on up here at the Speedway, so I love coming up here and hanging out with Kimberlin and Drew and all the folks up here that make this place go. One of the things I like about the kids is the opportunity that you can, there's a program that goes on. If they get lost, there's a way that we here at BMS make sure that does not happen. It's a really cool program. It's free. And tell us about that.
So during race weekends, we have a Tag a Kid program. And there's 2 ways you can go about doing it. You can, well, 3 technically. You can go to the Kids Zone and get a Tag a Kid sticker, a sticker for the parent and a sticker for the child so they know who to contact and match up the child if they are lost. You can also go to the guest welcome villages and guest services to do that. And then also if you join our kids club, so in advance, you're going to get a really cool membership card. And one side of the membership card is the official membership number and the kid's name. And then on the back is the Tag a Kid information. So the kid can wear it around their neck. It's a really cool lanyard. They can wear it all of race weekend, but if they do get lost, it's got their parents' information on the back so we can always reconnect them.
Oh, yeah. It's an awesome program. And let's face it, as
It
a
happens.
parent or grandparent, what could be a worse thing? Get up here in a crowd of people and look around and your little one's just temporarily misplaced. I mean, you're talking about a sinking feeling. So the Tag a Kid program works, and it's a phenomenal job. And it's not used often, obviously, but if it needs to be used, it's in place, right?
Yes, better safe than sorry, but we don't want anybody to have a horrible experience at Bristol. And, you know, kids see exciting things. There's so much going on. We don't want, you know, a kid to wander off and a parent to not know where they are. So we've got it in place. We don't have to use it very often, but when we do, there's a plan of action, and we return the kid to their families as soon as possible.
There you go. It's called Tag a Kid. It's another feature offered here, or program offered at Bristol Motor Speedway. Hello to Chris Barber. Thank you, my friend, for watching the show. We're here live at the Bruton Smith Building, the lobby here at Bristol Motor Speedway. So the Kids Club, bump and run. There's lots of bells and whistles. So if you want to become a member of the Kids Club, who's eligible and what does they get? A lot of cool stuff. Tell me about that.
They do get a lot of cool stuff. So we've got a Bristol Kids Club. The mascots are Bump and Run, so they're brother and sister raccoons, and they're all over the place. You never know where you're going to find them. But it's easy to register. Kids 12 and under can join for free. You can go to, we've got some on our social pages, links if you want to follow us on Facebook to find it that way. Or you can go to bristolmotorspeedway.com and go to our Kids Club page. It's a quick form, basically parents' information, the kid's name, the birthday, so we can send them a birthday card, and their favorite driver, so we can connect them to their favorite driver, send them gifts, cars, any kind of cool and exciting things that their driver does throughout the year. We want to try to help grow that fan base for the driver and connect the kid with them. And sorry.
Go ahead.
So when you sign up, it takes about 2 weeks, but you're going to get an awesome membership pack in the mail. And it's going to be a backpack, the official membership card that I was talking about earlier. The front side says like official member, and it's got the kid's name. And then the back is for the Tag a Kid program. The parents can fill in their information and phone number. They're going to get stickers for their bikes, a membership certificate, trading cards, coloring pages, balloons, all kinds of fun stuff comes in the membership pack.
It's a no-brainer. And so
and it's free. So free. 12 and under, all you have to do is go to our website and sign up.
Yep. Website is bristolmotorspeedway.com.
bristolmotorspeedway.com, and then under the fan info tab, there's a link to our kids club and also kids tickets if you want more information about kids ticket pricing.
There's some big birthdays going on today. We have some of the celebs that we want to talk about. Happy birthday to Catherine Ross, who's 78, from Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, who is also Mrs. Sam Elliott. Tom Selleck, Magnum P.I., having a birthday today, 73. Judy Norton-Taylor, Mary Ellen Walton from the Waltons is having a birthday. She is 60. Talk show host Oprah Winfrey having a birthday today, 64.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Olympic gold diver Greg Louganis is a birthday boy. If you follow the Olympics, he's 58. And then we have a local celebrity.
Yeah, we have a local celebrity. He's probably my favorite celebrity, but my father, John King, is turning 52 today, so I'd like to wish him a very happy birthday.
There you go. And the guy could flat, I don't know if he still does, back in the day when he played for East Tennessee State, You're talking about a three-point shot artist. That guy could flat shoot the three, couldn't he?
He can. He'll shoot. My brother also still plays ball, and they'll go and shoot basketball all the time, but he can still nail a three.
Oh, can he?
Mm-hmm.
Still fill it up?
Still can, yep.
52 years old, John
52.
King. I would have never guessed that.
He'll probably kill me for saying his age, but
probably. But no, because your daddy's
okay.
girl. He's probably not going to.
He won't.
No. What's the coolest part about working at Bristol Motor Speedway for Kimberly King?
I would have to say probably the people. I've been here going on 8 years now, actually, and I've just gotten to meet so many people. The people I work with, the fans. It's amazing. Every race weekend you encounter someone new that has a different story, and I think that's what makes working here so awesome.
They say, I guess it comes across kind of cheesy, but I always say when the folks come back up here twice a year, it's like a family reunion. It's like, it
is.
Sounds kind of hokey, but it really isn't.
It really is, yeah.
It really is.
I started in our ticket office, and there was people that I would sell tickets to that I built a relationship with that I will still see every April and August. I make a point to go see them, whether it's at their campsite or their seats, and it's just great to build those connections. And I think that's part of what makes Bristol so special. Is it is home, and it's a place that everybody just feels like they fit in.
Oh, absolutely. The relationships.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Absolutely.
And of course, souvenir-wise, it has been backed up, and we've talked about it, but it's statistically been backed up. More people want something that says Bristol Motor Speedway than any other track in NASCAR, whether it's a shot glass or a T-shirt or a ball cap or something. Everybody wants something at some point that says Bristol Motor Speedway.
It's true. I do a lot of event marketing for the track, so I've gone to different events, different races, Charlotte, Kentucky, Daytona, and it never fails. I always see so many people that are wearing Bristol Motor Speedway stuff, and when you see them, with their Bristol shirt or their Bristol koozie or something, it's instant friendship because you've got a common ground, common interests. So it's always fun to see the people and just repping their Bristol gear.
You got it, and we are 75 days away from racing. It's hard to believe it'll be here before we know it, but we're getting geared up. And I know, in closing, Kimberly, we talked off air, a lot of folks, when I tell them, you guys up here working all the time, it's like, really? The race isn't until April? Yeah. They don't understand, I don't guess, but the way they react, that you guys are up here working, you're already working on the August race, and we haven't got to the April race yet.
Yeah, we're already full swing April, obviously, but yeah, we're working on August. We never stop. We've got guest guides going, ticket mailings will start towards the end of the month. So much information that we've got to get out to our fans that the ball's just always rolling. We've always got something to do.
There you go. It's Bristol, baby, again.
It's Bristol, baby.
Kids Club, BristolMotorspeedway.com, go into the fan.
Under the fan info tab, there's a page called Kids Club, and it'll explain exactly what all they get with their membership pack and how to apply. But you just can apply online. It takes about 2 weeks to get the pack in, and then it's until they're 12, full of information, gifts, birthday cards, that kind of stuff. So it's a great program to be a part of. Kids love it.
You're awesome. Thank you. Happy birthday to Papa Bear.
Happy birthday, yeah.
52.
Hope he's having a good day.
I hope he is too. Deserves it. He's a good guy. And you're a great lady. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Quick break. We'll be right back. We got more to talk about. We're live here, show number 676 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. Do you like pulled pork? At Phil's, the pulled pork is cooked low and slow. We cook it all night, but we serve it fast. Our pulled pork is hickory smoked, tender and juicy. We serve the pork either as a sandwich on a bun or platter style with garlic toast. And don't forget to try our pork wings. They taste like a cross between ham and our sweet ribs. It comes as a meal, as an add-on, or part of our meat sampler platters. Pulled pork and pork wings. Just two great reasons to stop by Phil's Dream Pit. Eastern Star exit off I-26, 349-6437. Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. Your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
We're back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Quick break. We'll be right back, and we'll delve in our final segment and take a look at all the different sports going on. We got college basketball, the NBA, the National Hockey League All-Star Game. We told you Jason Day won the one-hole playoff in the Farmers Open earlier today, so he is the champion of that said event and where they're heading next in golf. And all you need to know, we'll do a final wrap, clean up the desk here sports-wise next here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology has just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us again. Appreciate Kimberlyn stopping by and everybody stopped by so far today on the show, and we can't thank you enough for that. So let's take a look again at some sports. So we told you again, Jason Day wins the playoff for the Farmers Open, and of course that was a $6.9 million purse. Not for him, but that was the total. But he makes a chunk of change, no question. They now shift to the Phoenix Open, the Waste Management Phoenix Open this weekend in Scottsdale, Arizona. Again, the TPC Scottsdale Stadium course. Again, a $6.9 million purse for that particular PGA Tour event. Later on, they've got the following weekend, the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am in California, the Genesis Open, the Honda Classic. That's all in February, and of course, it all kind of leads up to, the Masters early April in Augusta, Georgia. So next stop on the PGA Tour, again, is the Waste Management Phoenix Open this weekend in Scottsdale, Arizona. Also, don't forget, here on the local scene, we talked to Hank Brown last week with We Run Events, and of course they have the Beast Half Marathon Series, the practice coming up again. The training kickoff will be coming up tomorrow in Bristol, Tennessee. So if you need more information, go to the website werunevents.com. The Bristol Half and Half Marathon Training Program, it's a 12-week program. It gets cranked up tomorrow. If you need more information, again, go to their website, werunevents.com. What else happening in sports? Let's take a look at college basketball and also the NBA here on this, again, as we told you, this Monday, January the 29th, the final Monday of the month. Here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show tomorrow, we're going to be at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, and we'll do that, of course, right down the road in Kingsport, Tennessee, as we'll be there broadcasting live tomorrow on the show. Looking forward to hanging out with our buddy, that big old tall drink of water, Jim Klein, coming up tomorrow, again, at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance. Top 25 college basketball from yesterday. Top-ranked Villanova, a 3-point squeaker over Marquette, a 13-8 basketball team. They beat them. They're now 20-1, number one team in the country. New polls come out tomorrow for men's college and women's college basketball. Also yesterday, number 3 Purdue goes into Bloomington, Indiana, and pulls off a 74-67 victory. Purdue now 21-2 on the year, third in the country for the Boilermakers, who had a challenge, obviously, by Indiana in Bloomington, but it was won by Purdue, again by 7, 74-67. Sixth-ranked Michigan State, they travel to Maryland and hang on to win a 74-68 final. Michigan State now 20-3 on the season for the Spartans of Tom Izzo. Clemson, 18th-ranked Tigers, they travel into Georgia to take on the Ramblin' Wreck of Georgia Tech and beat them by 2, 72-70. Almost an upset. Georgia Tech having a tough year. They're 10-11 on the season. Clemson improves to 17-4, 18th in the country. Again, new polls out tomorrow. At 17th-ranked Wichita State, the Shockers run their record to 17-4. They're 17th in the country with a 19-point win over Tulsa, 90-71 yesterday. Men's top 25 college basketball. 3 games on tap tonight. Again, 4th-ranked Duke, the Blue Devils at 18-3 at home to Notre Dame, a 13-8 ball club. They'll play that one at Cameron Indoor Stadium on the campus of Duke University. Also tonight, you have 5th-ranked Kansas, 17-4 Jayhawks at Kansas State in the Octagon. 16-5 is the K-State record, so could be an interesting matchup for Kansas tonight at Kansas State. And then 25th-ranked Michigan at 17-6. The Wolverines playing host to Northwestern, a 13-9 ball club. And that's your top 25 play tonight. Also, as we told you earlier, East Tennessee State, the Buccaneers, putting their winning streak on the road. The Bucs, again, with 12 in a row, trying to make it 13 straight. And they'll go on the road to take on the Citadel Bulldogs at 7-13. And the Buccaneers having a heck of a year. They are 18-4 overall, undefeated in the Southern Conference. 6 o'clock tip-off tonight from McAllister Fieldhouse in Charleston, South Carolina. NBA basketball from yesterday, let's run it down for you. From yesterday, it was Milwaukee with a 14-point win in Chicago against the Bulls. Houston wins by 11 at home against Phoenix. It was the LA Clippers, a 112-103 win on the road at New Orleans. Cleveland, the Cavaliers, stay in the win column for LeBron and the boys. They're now 29-19 with a 17-point win over Detroit. The Lakers going to Toronto and get beat by 12. Toronto, the Raptors, with a 33-15 record now. Toronto 123-111 final. Oklahoma City, a 10-point win over Philadelphia at home yesterday. And my boys, the San Antonio Spurs, with a 15-point win. Their record now at 33-19 in a rebuilding year, without the services consistently of Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, and also Kawhi Leonard, and they're still 33-19. They win by a 15-point victory over Sacramento at home yesterday. Final score: Spurs 113 and Sacramento 98. Today, NBA action goes as follows: Charlotte at Indiana, the Hawks hosting Minnesota. Philadelphia, the 76ers playing at Milwaukee tonight. Phoenix and Memphis, the Dallas Mavericks playing host to Miami, and the Boston Celtics at 35-15 on the road at Denver to battle the Denver Nuggets, who are 26-23, and that's your NBA schedule for this Monday, January the 29th, 2018. Yesterday, the Lady Vols of University of Tennessee, I should say, go to LSU and did not get it done. They lose. Again, they lose it, and they got out-rebounded big time. LSU wins the battle of the boards and the game 70-59. Tennessee now on the year, the Lady Vols fall to 17-4, 5-3 in the Southeastern Conference. Mercedes Russell led them with 14 points. Mimi Jackson added 13 for the Lady Vols, who lose. LSU won the rebounding edge big time. They grabbed 23 offensive rebounds, resulting in 20 second-chance points. And again, that was very much displeasing to Holly Warlick, the coach of the Lady Vols. And so Tennessee losing on the road 70-59. So they're up and down as far as they win a few, then they lose a couple. So inconsistent, I think, would be the way to describe the Lady Vols so far here in the heart of the Southeastern Conference schedule for this 2017-2018 campaign. Closer to home, the Upper East Tennessee Seniors Golf League holding its first tournament of the season coming up March 19th at Warriors Path in Kingsport. The league will hold 61 tournaments this year from March through October. Again, the website is seniorsgolfleague.com to find out more here locally about the Senior Golf League that's cranking back up in the month of March. What else on the desk here to clean up? Again, on this Monday, Ronda Rousey, if you're interested in Ronda going from the mixed martial arts to the WWE, made her debut Sunday during Sunday's Royal Rumble in Philadelphia. ESPN first to report Rousey had signed a WWE contract. She showed up at the Wells Fargo Center wearing a leather jacket owned by the late WWE legend Roddy Piper. And so she is now in the WWE, and so we'll see how that goes, if it generates any more ticket sales or whatever for Ronda Rousey now being part of professional wrestling and WWE. National Hockey League All-Star Game yesterday. Let's take a look at that real quick. Again, it was the Atlantic and Pacific playing for the championship. Excuse me. Couldn't go to the screen fast enough. That came out of nowhere. I apologize for that. It's life. Pacific Division beating the Atlantic Division 5-2 in the championship game of a 4-team divisional tournament played in an entertaining 3-on-3 format adopted for the All-Star Game back in 2016. Thought it was very entertaining. Watched some of that on the highlights, and that may be the way to go. It was very, very entertaining, to say the least. The Central and the Metropolitan All-Stars got involved too. Atlantic and Pacific won theirs, and against those two, and played for the championship. And again, the Pacific Division beating the Atlantic Division 5-2 in the championship game of a 4-team divisional tournament. And the All-Star Game played yesterday on the ice in Tampa, Florida. The fallout continues in Michigan State over the sexual assault charges against Larry Nassar. And so NCAA President Mark Emmert acknowledging Saturday he was informed of a sexual assault that occurred at Michigan State back in 2010, but he completely denied he or his organization did not report crimes. I know the athletic director now has resigned at Michigan State. The university's president stepped away late last week. They even are trying to bring in Michigan State football coach Mark D'Antonio to say he knew about all this and looked the other way. He has denied that very, very vocally and animated, denying that he knew anything about what was going on in all that tragedy going on in Michigan State. And so Emmert releasing a statement detailing an instance when Catherine Redmond, a sexual assault awareness advocate, informed the NCAA of the alleged assault at Michigan State involving basketball players Adrian Payne and Keith Appling. Local prosecutors declined to press charges against those two players. And so it goes on to say that Emmert, he did not know anything was going on. The assertion that I and the NCAA are not reporting crimes, however, is blatantly false. We cannot let stories of this kind deter us from our important work, end quote, from the NCAA president, Mark Emmert, reacting to the accusations that he was informed of a sexual assault back at Michigan State in 2010, and he completely denied his organization did not report the crimes that they knew. So he said, there's no way that would have happened. I would have not done something. So there's finger pointing going on. Obviously, when that happens, somebody's right and somebody's wrong. I guess time will tell as to who was right and who was wrong in a very, very sad situation happening and occurring again at Michigan State University. So again, over the weekend, the president stepped away, the athletic director resigned, and there may be more heads rolling. And if folks knew about this going on, much like what happened at Penn State back several years ago, if folks knew these young ladies were being sexually abused by this gentleman, and he wouldn't call him a gentleman, this predator, he's been convicted, he's about to do prison time. If folks knew that and looked the other way, this is me, and I'm not involved in it. All I can tell you as a father and a grandfather, it'd be kind of tough for me to maybe I guess it did happen, because a lot of young ladies that went through this system under this particular gentleman, keep saying gentleman, under this predator, and I just don't see how you didn't know about it. And I'm sure the parents, if they knew about it, they would have done something, because this guy came well respected and well, what's the word, recommended, I guess, for lack of a better term. So, but I don't know. I mean, hopefully I'll never have to go through that, but for the parents, and I've read some of their accounting this weekend, that they knew about it, did not know about it, and wish they'd saw the signs and the red flags and didn't. And as a result of that, they have young ladies who are, psychologically and mentally and physically, tainted and tarnished because of what this creep did to them. So I can't even imagine if a parent, looking back, thought, they saw the red flags, just didn't do anything about it. So maybe we all go through that, I don't know, in one way, shape, or form, whether it's something this heinous or academically our kids go through something we don't pick up on, or being bullied at school and they don't pick up on it, I don't know. But for anybody on that campus that knew this was going on and looked the other way, they should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, as far as I'm concerned, because it's a terrible, terrible situation. And so the folks in Michigan State trying to pick up the pieces and move on with their lives. And so, again, looking for a new president, a new athletic director at Michigan State University. And again, the president of the NCAA, which is what this story kind of got this all going for me, the president of the NCAA says there's no way that I knew about it, didn't do anything about it, didn't happen. So we'll see. Time will tell, I guess. It's the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We'll take our final break, come right back, and begin to wrap this thing up. On the road to Bristol Motor Speedway, the Bruton Smith Building, again on this Monday, January the 29th, show number 676. And we'll take a break. We'll be right back right after you hear this on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
Back to the Tom Taylor Sports Show for a few more minutes. Again, we're live here at Bristol Motor Speedway, the Bruton Smith Building, and want to remind you at Chick-fil-A, a lot of folks trying to eat healthier and get into that weight loss thing. One of the New Year's resolutions, well, the way you can do that is to stop by and be sure and get that grilled market salad at your local Chick-fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City. We'll be there broadcasting live on Wednesday. Sliced grilled chicken breast served on a fresh bed of chopped romaine lettuce and baby greens, topped with shredded red cabbage and carrots, crumbled blue cheese, and a mix of red and green apples, strawberries, and blueberries, made fresh daily. Served with harvest nut granola, a zesty apple cider vinaigrette dressing. Again, only 330 calories, and again, good, only 14 grams of fat, so it's a great way to eat healthy. And if you're, again, trying to watch your weight, trying to lose some weight, get ready for swimming season, bathing suit season, or just because you want to get to feeling better, you can. And so by eating better, and a grilled market salad will do the trick at your local Chick-fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City. Also, I want to say a big shout out to our buddy Jeremy Livesey at Movement Mortgage. Again, 671. I know I saw on Facebook over the weekend he took 2 apps over the phone on Saturday afternoon. I mean, he doesn't stop. This guy gets after it, and they've got that 671 program, 6 hours of underwriting process. Again, you can turn in all your paperwork, all the numbers you need. Within 6 hours, you'll have an answer. A 7-day processing period to get it all going for you, and then a 1 day to close. It's called the 671 program. Simply go to Jeremy, Jeremy Livesey, Livesay, JeremyLivesey.com. Check it out. Of course, he works at Movement Mortgage in Boones Creek here in the Tri-Cities, right across in the Boones Creek Cracker Barrel. Again, 6 hour underwriting process, 7-day processing period, and 1 day to close. It's called the 671 program at Movement Mortgage, JeremyLivesey.com. Check it out. One of our great sponsors here on the show. And then also, before we get out of here, the folks at one of our great sponsors, and we certainly appreciate them, the good folks at Sprint. Right now, for a limited time on the iPhone 8, you lease one and get one. Again, at the Sprint store, there in front of Longhorn Steakhouse in North Johnson City. Get the iPhone 10 for $30 a month for new activations at Sprint. Again, and anytime you go in and say you've been watching the show, you get 25% off any and all accessories. Bluetooth chargers, Beats headphones, 25% off. Wireless chargers in stock. In fact, I had a guy tell me over the weekend, was watching the show, said, I'll probably go in, tell him I've heard it, get 25% off. He said, my lovely, be his wife, his lovely bride, listen to the headphones when she jogs. He said, I won't get her some Beats headphones. I'll get him 25% off when I go in the Sprint store and say I was watching your show. I said, you absolutely do. So that's a smart thing to do. New Bluetooth chargers, Beats headphones, wireless chargers. Again, all accessories for viewers of the show, you get 25% off right off the top. So you get a fourth off of any accessories in stock at the Sprint store in North Johnson City when you go in and tell them, and you have, and I appreciate that you watched the show, and that's very, very nice, and I want to say thanks for that. We are out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. Again, we want to say thanks to our guest, Betsy Holloman from Speedway Children's Charities. Again, she stopped by and talked about some of the programs coming up, raising money for kids as we head into the racing season. We're 75 days away now from racing here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Also, Landon Owen, the Director of Ticket Sales at Bristol Motor Speedway. Big thanks to him. Kimberlyn King, the Consumer Marketing Manager at the Speedway, stopped by and talked about the Kids Club you can get involved in. And also Mike Hedrick, the NASCAR fans reporter from Northern Virginia. All four of those folks, we appreciate you very much being with us here again on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We will rejoin you tomorrow from Jim Klein Farmers Insurance in Kingsport. Wednesday will be at Chick-fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City. Thursday will be at Champion Chevrolet on the Bristol Motor Mile in Johnson City. And Friday we'll take our show to Food City, and this week in Elizabethton on a Food City Friday in Betsytown. So we're looking forward to being over there at Les's Bunch. And again, that's a cool store and a great store, and love going to Food Cities at all locations, and I always enjoy going to Food City in Elizabethton. So for Betsy Holloman and Landon Owen and Mike Hedrick and Kimberlyn King, this is Tom Taylor telling you, as always, we're out of time. We sincerely thank you for your time watching it. Be sure and like and share the show, and you do. Sharing being the key to your Facebook fan base, if you will. The folks that you know on your Facebook page, please like the show and share it. We'll thank you ahead of time for that. And of course, we always close out by saying, win or lose, be a good sport. We'll see you tomorrow from Jim Klein Farmers Insurance in Kingsport. From Bristol Motor Speedway, we say so long, everybody.